Hey folks, Anthony Skinner here with the new series, The Enneagram and Team Building, and I'm excited to introduce the host of our show, Ian Cron. Ian, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here today.
Hey man, how are you guys filling up your time over there at the Cron house?
Well, we play a lot of games. We've actually bought games, COVID games. So we bought a outdoor ping pong table. We play Kadima with those rackets and a little blue ball. And we bought a cornhole set that is on our front lawn. So we play cornhole every single night at around 5 o'clock.
That is awesome. The cornhole where you lob that little beanbag into the hole?
Yeah, 27 feet away.
Yeah, cool. Well, who's the cornhole master over there at the Cron house?
Well, it's funny you should say that because I just finished playing a game of cornhole. That's why I'm wearing my Johnny Swim t-shirt because I was outside playing cornhole. The master in our house, and there are 7 people in the house right now, is my oldest daughter, Kaylee. And I'll tell you, she's not humble about it. Like every time she wins a game, she does like one of those touchdown celebration dances. And it's shameless. It's completely shameless. I mean, she gets right up in your face. She's like,
That's awesome. So we're talking about the Enneagram and team building. And let's start off by giving our folks a good definition of the word team.
Great.
Yeah.
So a team is a group of people with complementary skills who are committed to a common purpose for which they hold themselves accountable. Now, I heard that definition the other day and I thought, ooh, I would add something. And here's what it would be. A team is a group of people with complementary skills and diverse personalities who are committed to a common purpose for which they hold themselves accountable. Not long ago, I heard a college professor, also a consultant, say every team in the workplace has problems, and most of them, he said, are personality problems.
I can attest to that.
Oh,
Can't we all?
Yeah. And, in my experience as a corporate consultant using the Enneagram, I'm convinced that when you apply the Enneagram to teams in the workplace, you can dramatically lessen or even eliminate so many personality problems. I've just seen it time and again.
Okay, so you're doing this consulting. Give us some examples of how it can help a team when you integrate and incorporate into the team.
Well, the list is long, but let me give a shot at it. Like, it increases motivation, it improves communication, it reduces conflict, it promotes cooperation and collaboration, it prevents misunderstandings, it elevates empathy, and it ensures that people feel seen, heard, and valued for the contribution they make to the team's success.
Okay, great. So in this series, we're going to answer the question, what do I need to know? What do I need to do in order to more effectively lead or work alongside each of the Enneagram types? So today we are talking about the Enneagram what?
The 8s.
The 8s, the challengers.
Yes, indeed. Now, let's remember at the outset something that's very, very important. We need to remember that every type has an unconscious motivation that powerfully influences that type's patterns of behavior. So it's vital for team members to know the unconscious motivation of their colleagues, or they won't understand why they act, think, and feel the way that they do.
Mm-hmm. And this is one of the really great things that separates the Enneagram from other personality typing systems. So let's talk about the 8's unconscious motivation.
Yeah, so the 8s are motivated by a need to assert control and strength over the environment and others to mask their own feelings of weakness and vulnerability.
Wow. Okay. So let's talk about how we can help eights or people working with eights better optimize the challenger's performance.
Yeah. Well, let's start with what happens on teams when they have eights who lack self-awareness in the mix. So an unskillful eight can be intolerant of team members who they perceive to be weak, indecisive, or incompetent. They can question the loyalty of team members who don't agree with them, or steamroll people who get in their way.
What about healthy or self-aware eights?
They're powerhouses. They're competitive as heck. They'll sleep on the floor to get things done. They have the courage and the stamina to do what others say can't be done. They'll take charge and they'll empower fellow team members to do the same. Their commanding presence, really, and their boundless energy instills confidence in team members, and people just naturally follow them.
Okay, so we want to help eights become better leaders, but we also want to help leaders lead eights. Let's give the folks 3 tips as we've done in the past. What's your first tip?
Set limits.
Okay.
Eights test authority. They need people to set limits, provide regular, straightforward feedback, and establish clear boundaries. And if you do, the eight's fine with it. You just need to set out the limits.
That's good. Okay, number 2.
Be honest. Eights greatly value honesty. So you always need to tell eights the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, even when the truth is bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember, they want to be in control, and you can't be in control unless you have all the news. You got to know everything.
Yeah.
So be honest with them.
That's so good. Okay, tip number 3.
Stand your ground. Eights really respect strong leaders and fellow team members, right? The worst thing you can do around an 8 is waffle or waver when you've already committed to a course of action.
Oh, that's good. So set limits, be honest, tell the truth, and stand your ground. Those are 3 great tips for our people today. How about a closing thought to go out on?
Well, I don't have a closing thought, but I do have a closing story. So my daughter Kaylee, my oldest, is an 8, the one that does the touchdown celebration on the lawn. They're very competitive. And this morning she's working remotely, and upstairs I could hear that she was having a very intense conversation with somebody, but in a really lowered voice, because I was down here on a Zoom call, right? And I said to her afterwards, I said, wow, that sounded like a really intense conversation. I just appreciate you keeping your voice down through it. And she looked at me and she said, you can yell quietly. Now that's an 8.
That's an 8. Oh my gosh. So good. That's a great story to go out on. So thank you, eights. We're so happy that you tuned in, and all the other people watching as well on this new series, the Enneagram and Team Building. Until then, see you later.
See ya.